Hi, I'm Kenny Anderson, Director of Multicultural Affairs for the City of Huntsville, and welcome to Impact. Each week we bring you information about exciting things that are happening right here in this community, and today will be no different. I have a lot of favorite words in life, words like faith, integrity, hope. And today we're going to be talking about a very important event that's taking place right here in Huntsville called the Hope Gala. Joining me today are Jaimes Jones. She's Director of Sales at the great Jackson Center. So good to see you, Jamie.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
It's
Thank
good
you for
to
having me.
It's good to have you. And with you is a friend of the show who's been on before, Fran Fleuller. She is the Executive Director of Manna House. Welcome back to our broadcast.
Thank you, Kenny. Excited to be here.
It's great to have you guys. You're smiling. You're warming the studio. There's great cheer and great joy. Something good must be happening.
Yes.
Tell us what the Hope Gala is.
It is our first time gala that the Jackson Center is sponsoring. We decided a while back that we are going to do this every year. We have wonderful nonprofit organizations here in our community in Huntsville and surrounding areas, and we wanted to do something to help these nonprofit organizations. The Jackson Center mostly does corporate and educational events there. We don't do big social events there, but we do scholarship and nonprofit events at the Jackson Center, and so we wanted to do something to give back to the community. So this is going to be a gala that the proceeds will go to two nonprofit organizations, and one of them is Manna House and one of them is the Enrichment Center.
Yeah, that is absolutely terrific that a facility like the Jackson Center, where so much energy is generated from activities and educational pursuits and other kinds of great things within the community happen. And this is a great opportunity to bring the community together and then to give back. Fran, you're one of the beneficiaries of this process. Always good to see you.
Thank
you got some great things going on at Manna House. Tell our audience who may not know what's happening at Manna House, what goes on at Manna House?
Well, we're a nonprofit in the local community. We're part of the Huntsville Dream Center, and we're their food distribution center to provide food, clothing, hygiene, items that will keep a family together and going, even pet food. And we just want to reach out to the local community, and we're very excited for the Hope Gala because we believe it'll raise awareness in the community as well as raise awareness to people who are part of the Enrichment Center to know other resources that are available to them while they're going through their crisis as well.
Right, and you know, I've been to Manna House before on a number of occasions for various reasons. Always love the opportunity to help and come down there and serve and do whatever you guys ask me to do because there's so much energy around what's going on. But you've shared with us before about that whole experience of serving people through Manna House. And we live in this very progressive, upscale community that people sometimes forget. People are not always in the best situation and best circumstances. And your agency actually provides vital services for people who have a need. And you do it on a regular basis.
Thank you. Well, we appreciate people like you coming down and serving and letting those people know how much our community cares about them. Yeah. When you show up, they're like, wow, Kenny Anderson's here. Well, and it means a lot that somebody would take time out of their very busy schedule to come and help them when they're in that crisis point, whether it's dialysis and waiting on a kidney or a type of cancer treatment or a bad wreck. People just need to know somebody cares.
Well, Fran, you know, I've been that person before, and I've been sharing this a lot with people lately. Maybe I haven't shared it enough, but I definitely want people to know I was that person at one time. When I first got out of school, I spent 13 months unemployed. I was getting food stamps. I was having a very difficult time. I was essentially homeless for 9 months. I mean, it was a very, very difficult time in my life, but it was also a learning experience. And even though that was 35 years ago now, I can look back 35 years later and say that's something I've never forgotten. It had a profound impact on my life. And one of the reasons that I do have the very giving heart that I have today that a lot of people talk about is because of that experience that I've never forgotten. Wow. When you're placed in circumstances and situations like that, hopefully you learn from them in a way that you'll never forget. And if you ever have the chance to perhaps give back, you know exactly what you need to do. And that's why your organization serves as it does. Just a powerful witness and a powerful testimony to the good of this community that happens to be very resourceful. And I know, Jamie, again, at Jackson Center, lots of things going on over there. People may not always know what the Jackson Center is. In fact, whenever I tell people the Jackson Center, either they know where it is or they say, wait a minute, that's that place I have trouble finding. Tell us a little bit about the Jackson Center, because it really is a great place, great facility.
Thank you very much. The Jackson Center is an extension of Hudson Alpha. Hudson Alpha is the biotechnology center in Research Park. They do DNA testing, cancer research, and the Jackson Center is the conference center that is right across the street from the Jackson Center.
Yeah.
And we do corporate educational training. That is our mission there.
Yeah.
And we do scholarship events and nonprofit organization events there. We get calls for weddings all the time there, and we don't do weddings there, but we do those other type of events.
Right.
So we are very excited about doing this event for this wonderful cause. I will say this, and I wanted to say this, that we have been so privileged to deal with Fran and with Sharon Willis, that is the director of the Enrichment Center as well. These ladies are amazing in what they do for the community.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just been wonderful to work with them and to see their heart for people. So for us to be able to do this for that organization and for them and the organizations, it's just been a blessing to us to be able to do that.
And I know, Fran, you'll love this, because I hear you get accolades all the time. I see people, and I've even done it too, you know, Fran. And Fran will quickly turn it right back around. She'll say, listen, I'm a servant, and I am so blessed and honored to be able to work with so many volunteers. And, you know, you like giving shout outs to your volunteers. And I just want to give you a chance to do that now, because there are so many people that come through that facility, giving of their time, giving of their resources. Say a little something about why that's such a big value to you.
It is a huge value, because I'm not going to respond to every person the way they need. Maybe I've never gone through cancer. I've never gone through needing a kidney. I've never been in a bad car wreck. So I don't have the same relationship that a person who has does. So when people come back after they've, you know, gone into remission, they're able to give back, or they got a kidney, like the young man that's helping right now, they just have a huge impact back into that person's life, because they relate. They understand that struggle. But the volunteers who come from local businesses and local community, when our National Honor Society student kids come, it brings a joy and a vibrancy to Manna House that I can't do alone. And so I'm just one person. They are the many, and they're the hands and the feet. We have amazing core leaders like Miss Dorothy Johnson, who makes sure that 700 hot meals are served every night, and Lance Griggs, who makes sure the mobile kitchen goes out and 200 people are fed. And, you know, just so many people, and I don't want to leave anybody out, but even Mary Beth and Debbie, who coordinate hygiene. That's very important. When you need a roll of toilet paper, you need a baby diaper, you need those items. And we have so many wonderful places like Channel 19 and other places that have done diaper drives, and just so many businesses that have said, we want to help, but we're also going to be hands. So DirecTV and AT&T show up. They're going to be hands-on. SAIC, Digium, right now, coming in and just saying, hey, what can we do to help? How can we make a difference? And when those companies show up, it really does make a huge difference. Whether it's bagging dog food or putting out produce, each hand makes such a strategic mark in the life of the person coming through, because somebody cares to carry their groceries out on a hot day or in the rain. And people need hope. And that's why I loved her name, Hope Gala, because it so ties to what we do on a daily basis.
It really does. And I'm always singing the praises of this great community that we live in.
Yes.
We're very proud of all the many things that Huntsville has done. You know, we put the first person on the moon, and we're now working on this Mars project, and we have all this great technology. We have a incredible research park. We have great academic institutions. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on.
It does.
And then in the middle of all of that, integrated into all of that, none of those things would be successful if we did not have agencies, if we did not have people at the grassroots level, if we did not have people who cared and gave of their time on a consistent basis to give people hope who need it in difficult circumstances. So the Hope Gala is one of those things that's coming up, and I'm very excited about it. I got to tell you, Jamie, the flyer alone would make me excited, because there's so many good-looking things on this flyer. We'll try to make sure you guys can see it also. But so many good-looking things on the flyer. Let's tell people what they can expect when they come to this gala.
Well, the reception's going to start at 6 o'clock. And we're going to have Roland Gresham there, his jazz guitarist.
Phenomenal.
Who is wonderful.
Yes.
He's been there several times. We'll have a reception at 6 to 7. We'll have a silent auction going on at that time. We'll have wonderful items already coming in for that.
Nice.
And then at 7 o'clock, the doors will open. Then we'll have Fran is going to speak and talk about the Manna House, and then Sharon Willis will also talk about the Enrichment Center. Then after all of this, Roland's going to play again, and we're going to have a chocolate and coffee bar afterwards, which is a little different from other things that everybody else has had.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very nice evening. And I will say, our chef right now is at the American Culinary Federation National Convention and has called me and already said, we're having this at the gala. We're having this at the gala. So he has come up with a fabulous menu while he's there at the convention. So it's going to be a wonderful menu and a really nice evening.
Well, you can't have a successful gala without a world-class chef.
Exactly,
That's right.
exactly. Well, he is definitely coming up with something very nice for us. So.
Well, that is awesome. So let's tell people when it is and how they can get more information about it.
Okay, it's July 22nd. Saturday night, and you can go to our website at www.jacksoncenter.net and find out information there. You can just click on the gala on the Jackson Center website, and you can actually order tickets online.
Well, that's very convenient.
Or you can call 256-327-7320, and we'll give you all the information you need.
Fantastic. So there's no encumbrance, any way that somebody wants to reach out to you, they can absolutely do that. Again, this is to benefit two great organizations in our community. Again, Fran, Manna House doing a yeoman's job as it relates to the work that you have in providing services to the community. When do you operate? Let's tell people also so that they can know that.
Thank you, Kenny. We're open Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 4 to 6:30. Volunteers are welcome anytime between 2 and 7 to just drop in and help when they can and leave when they need. And then we're there 2 Saturdays a month. But we are here to help the community. So if there's something more, we're glad to jump in and be a part of it.
You know, I know one of the coolest things to me about what happens at the Manna House with the volunteers is that I know you have churches on board, and you got some civic and social organizations that come out to help out, but then every now and then you'll see a family will come in.
Yes.
And this family is basically trying to help their children understand the value of giving back and showing them that by living in a community and being blessed, you have a responsibility to do more than just exist. And so when you see those kinds of things, I know it makes you proud. It makes me happy when I see that.
Right.
And it just shows me one more example of why we have the great community that we have. So this is going to be a great event again. I'm excited about it. Again, it's the Hope Gala, and everybody's invited.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Come one, come all.
Absolutely.
Whosoever
Just
will.
give us a call. Give us a call. You can get tickets online, no problem.
I think they've made this about as convenient as they can make it, and
We
there's
have.
no way that you should not be able to get access to this process. Jamie,
Right.
thank you for being here
Thank
today and
you
sharing
so
all this great
much.
information.
Thank you for allowing us to be here.
Absolutely. And anytime you have something, this is an annual event, then we're going to see at least once a year on this show.
Exactly. That's right. Thank you so much, Kenny.
Outstanding. Fran, as always, great to see you and talk to you.
Thank you, Kenny. We really appreciate all you do and all the doors you open for us. Thank you.
You're welcome. And if people want more information about Manna House, how can they get that?
It's super easy. They can jump online to mymannahouse.com, because we believe when you come there, or if you're going to serve there, it's your Manna House. And they can also call us at 256-653-7883, and we'd be glad to answer any questions.
All right. Ladies, thank you so much for a great conversation.
Thank you.
We hope that you enjoyed all the great information that we shared today about the Hope Gala. It takes place on Saturday, July 22nd, and you can check that information out on the screen about how you can get more information about being a part of this awesome event. I'm going to tell you folks, this is one you don't want to miss. It's a great way to not only engage the community, but also give back to the community. And we hope that you will. We hope that you also like the video that you saw, and you can actually see a copy of that video on our Facebook page, which is Impact with Kenny Anderson, where you can also see some shots of what happens once the camera stops rolling. For Impact, I'm Kenny Anderson. Have a great day.